It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Hi guys, good afternoon. It's 13th of March 2019, 2:02. Nice CET time, just to be on the right side. 2:02 CET time, Piotr here, and that's the New York session preview. Welcome. Before we start, a risk warning as usual. Please bear in mind trading effects on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of all or some of your initial investments, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, USA, that's how it looks. Quiet European morning. Half an hour ago we had durable goods orders and PPI out of US. We also had some news out of United Kingdom. Yeah, looks like the pound is still trying to be the star. We are approaching some levels we were discussing earlier today, during the pre-London Open meeting. Nasdaq trying to push a little bit higher. To be honest with you, I thought that we are gonna to yesterday we are gonna to close below 7,160 based on the chart I'm using here, but maybe we are gonna to, I don't know, drew something like this. Yeah, it might, and maybe we are going to have some double top or head and shoulders on a smaller time frame. That's what we are going to discuss a little bit later, because there is a US cash market open within the next 26 minutes, so we are going to get back to Nasdaq. So pound is a star, dollar yen, bulls were able to push towards this week high again. All right, still based on our morning discussion, still few pips left towards the intraday possible supply in between 60-80. Aussie is trying to work out our way, and I'm looking to sell based on what we discussed during the morning session. I've been waiting for US data, all right, and we were talking that when we were talking pre-London Open, we were here. All right, we even didn't touch this yellow possible demand, intraday demand. I've mentioned that might be the case if we are gonna to have some kind of the flag, first attempt to break lower. It's not gonna happen. So if there are stops to the downside, some stops to the upside, and we've seen that 2 hours later. Now I've been waiting for US data and ready to try to take the action here. I'm looking for a move back towards 35.25. All right, So I would like to see maybe closer to or right after US Open, or maybe around the option expiration. I would like to see the retest of 65.75, and I will try. The thing is that I'm looking for a very tight stop, very tight distance in between entry and eventually stop. So yeah, if I'm targeting 35.25, so I'm targeting around 35 pips from entry, so my stop needs to be like 8 pips or so. So either I'm going to right or I'm gonna be wrong, right? So that's how it works. But that's what we discussed before, that of course March is a testing period from the technical perspective. Yeah, I'm learning this stuff as well. I'm doing similar stuff in Polish language, but in April we are going to start to have also the webinars where I'm going to share with you my risk strategy, my trading strategies, basically day trading strategies. So but we need a time, still I need time, and basically what I know, the first webinar from the webinar room using probably click meeting we are going to have in April. I'm going to tell you about it more. So basically any kind of the scenario we are discussing here, you are testing only on a demo account or doing just paper trading, because you don't know the details of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to explain every time something happen, but you know, and especially you don't know my risk approach, and that's something that's gonna be separate webinar about that as well. Anyway, euro dollar just shy of 113 and looking for stops above pre-ECB high, and to be honest with you, that's the key for euro. If we are gonna to hit the stops and we are gonna to see the rejection, that's the short setup. If we are gonna to break to the upside, consolidate, that might be set up to go long. So the truth is that that's some this pre-ECB high, that's some kind of the line on the sand for bulls and bears, and that's same what we discussed based on the dollar index, and I'm gonna to show you the dollar index right now. There you go. So the same what we discussed based on the let's get back to daily. I didn't cancel these lines, so basically if you were watching one of the previous our meetings, all these lines are here. So again, on the dollar index, break, looks like we just hunt for more stops, all right, based on what we've seen before to the left side. Now we are going back, testing this Thursday low. Here is a Riley base, Riley. So we are testing this base over here. We should find some kind. Actually, that's the first attempt. It might be that bulls will try to push a little bit higher based on this latest weakness we've seen here. To the 22nd of February, right? So yeah, there is a chance the bulls will try to push it a little bit higher based on of what we seen here, right? Move and close below 96.70, 96.60. It might be very short term. Let's get back to the platform. Okay, so yeah, we'll see. Just the reminder, there is a 113 1.6 billion in regards to the option expiration. So probably for the next 50 minutes we are gonna be very close. We are gonna be around here, right? Oil is pushing higher as well, and that's surprise. So we're trying to draw this big inverted head and shoulders with 64 as a possible target, especially I'm sorry, especially that we're trying to push through this supply. Okay, that's very interesting. And another reminder, 3:30, so within the next 1 hour 20 minutes we do have this crude oil inventories EA. What is from the dollar perspective, what might be crucial is the auction. So 6:01 CET time within the next less than 4 hours, 30-year bond auction. Okay, so what was the US data? That's the durable goods. Let me put it for you into the chat. Okay. And one second. I'm looking for some more US news. Where I have it, 1 second, guys. Too many Brexit related news. 1 second. I should have it here. Yeah. And that's the PPI. In the meantime, there was also some information from the UK Finance Minister. So the forecast is that economy to continue to grow in each of the next 5 years. Well, that's brave. But for this year, they cut economic growth forecast to 1.2 from 1.6. Sees 2020 same as in October at 1.4. And as far as I remember, they '21 and '22 the rises forecast to 1.6. Yeah. But that's not what market is waiting for, of course. We are waiting for some Brexit related news. And even Hammond is waiting for the details of the Brexit to release full 3-year spending review. So where we are on this pound dollar, that's what we discussed earlier today. If you remember morning meeting, looks like without the stop hunting, we are approaching the supply. We've seen, oh, sorry. That's, I knew it, something is missing. So we are approaching this supply we were discussing earlier today, right? Yeah, I want to see the action. I'm not gonna wait with the limit orders to sell. I want to see. I would like to switch to the lower time frame. Would like to see the action around this level, right? Because any news could easily push us 100, 200 pips higher within the minute. The same story we had yesterday. Again, as a reminder, where was it? Yeah, there was a 35 pips to the upside and then 150 or 200 to the down. Yeah, there you go. It was less than 2 minutes, right? First, we had this 50 spike to the upside, and then 100 to the downside, right? So I would like to avoid this type of the spikes on the pound, so that's why I'm not waiting with the limit orders to sell. I do prefer to see the action around this level, right? Especially that's gonna be retest of the Monday high, right? So that's what we discussed yesterday, that Monday we engulf almost 4 out of 5 days of the previous week, trading week, all right? So there was a retest yesterday, and we'll see if we are going to have reaction within this possible supply, or simply we are gonna to go through that level, and we are going to look for stops above yesterday high towards 133, 133.50. Okay, to the downside, we discussed this Tokyo low and late New York low and Tokyo low, that maybe market will try to, before rally, that maybe from here we are gonna to try to look to the downside to hit some more stops and then rally. And I've been looking to go long here, right? Actually, the other scenario is just the reminder that if that was the supply and we went this move to the downside, right? So we cannot rule it out that the market will try to manipulate us more, trying to look for stops below yesterday low based on the 1-to-1, right? And if we are going to take into the consideration that this supply is gonna hold, so 1-to-1, right, from this supply is retest of the weekly open, blue dotted line, all right, plus this intraday possible demand with the reaction we saw yesterday. Right, so that's possible that we have some stops over here. Okay, so what I'm gonna to look for on the from the pound perspective. Then of course, if bulls are gonna be able to manage to go higher and close above this possible supply, right? So that might be some that we may treat it as a manipulation point, and that might be immediately it may work as a possible demand. But we are gonna to get back into details once we are gonna to see the action on the pound. All right. For now, slowly. So let's get back to Nasdaq. Let's have a look where we are from a higher time frame. All right. So from the weekly perspective, looks like the previous week it was the retest of the broken supply, and we're trying to continue to the upside. And to be honest with you, yeah, I have to say it that I'm surprised that that we are here, and looks like sky is the limit for the bulls. Huge optimism, huge. So looks like we are going to look for more stops to the upside. So we took out the high for now. We took out the high from the week, from the beginning of the November 2018, right? So now the next is the high from the mid-October, right? So looks like bulls are gonna try to get towards 7,500. Right? That's how I see the things right now, and especially I see something I call as an unfinished business, and yeah, that's the zone around 7,600, 7,700. Where is the high here? Yeah, 7,700. So something in between 7,650, 7,700. It might be the case. Why not? From the daily perspective, we don't need this one, we don't need this one anymore. Yeah, so we are trying to take out the high from the 7th of November and 8th of November, and the next one is gonna be 7,340, and we are talking here, we are talking the highs from the mid October, right? So basically we can place something here. There you go. Okay, and then the top. From the intraday perspective, in that case, so if that's the serious move, so what we had before, we may see. Oh no. Yeah, no. I thought it's gonna happen. So we've got the channel. So let's have a look. What we may see is the first attempt to break this channel, some kind of the rejection, again some stops to the downside like this, hit supply, and maybe a little bit deeper pullback towards the possible demand around 7,000, 107,065. Okay, USA. Quiet session, at least now. Looks like on this 15-minute chart, right ahead of the US cash open, 4 minutes. Based on the 15-minute chart, we are trying to set up. That looks like they're trying to position themselves to the upside, so at least to hunt some stops and hit the yellow, so intraday supply zone based on ECB, and maybe some stops above. That looks interesting. Some time ago I've been trading breakouts a lot before 2008. And yeah, for me, because I got few colleagues, friends who are still trading breakouts, and they doing quite well. Yeah, for me, I do prefer, because after 2008, the financial crisis, all these vols were much lower, so I do prefer at least trying to buy dips and sell rallies. From time to time it happened that I'm trading the breakouts, but it's not that often it was before. Okay, so what we are going to do, I like to watch the 5 minutes, first 5 minutes range, Nasdaq right at the open. So that's another thing we are going to discuss during the webinars, and I will try to explain you with details why I'm watching first 5 minutes and what I'm trying to get out of those first 5 minutes. 1 minute left. We got some kind of the rejection on euro dollar at 113. I can see on my second screen. I have to clean my glasses. By the way, our next meeting is Friday morning pre-London Open. (8 a.m. CET time. Pound is on the move and euro is rejected. Nice combination. Nice combination. Okay. So, US cash market is open. Let's have a look what we are going to have. There is a possible supply right before the open. Yeah, it looks like. Okay, so what we are going to do. The high for now is equal to the high, yeah, it's opening level for now. That's the low. We are waiting for the high. I do believe that we are going to see within first 5 minutes. So, to be honest with you, I thought that it's gonna be on this 15-minute chart on euro dollar a little bit higher close and attempt to break higher. But that's what we have here on the pound. We're trying to look for this pre-crash high. There is some supply right at the cash open. That's interesting. That's interesting. Looks like we are still trying to hold the first minute range. Okay, we have lower low. $7,200, the low over here. So that's the possible buy zone. But it's boring. First 4 minutes on the Nasdaq are boring. 9 points range. Jeez. Looks like we may see breakdown Canadian dollar. 32.66 might be, but we have to work through this shadows first. Yeah, here and here. So very tight range on the Nasdaq. So yeah, I'm not gonna to watch for the next 20 minutes. Let's see what's going to happen during the 30 minutes. So we have, with the next 25 minutes, we've got the option expiration. All right, it's still 10 a.m. New York time, but if, let's say if you are living in Europe, where is 14:35 CET right now, so it's 1 hour earlier than usual stuff because of the time shift in US last Sunday. So trying to summarize this first part as we are approaching the first break today. Euro dollar, for now I'm looking to fade the first approach, the first attempt. So if that's the late New York and today's London and Tokyo consolidation phase over here, right, taking into the consideration and open and close only without the shadows, All right, so if we are gonna to see attempt to break higher, right, so that's what we discussed, that we should see some stop hunting, and looks like we may take out 1525 stops, and if I'm gonna to see the attempt to reject this move around 30, moving back below 23, that might be my short setup, and I will try to look for stops below 75, right? We'll see. On the pound side, still some room here. Just the reminder, that's the possible supply right above Monday high. All right. Dollar yen, nothing is going on here really. Taking into the consideration Tokyo, London, and now New York Open, we do have like, what's the range? Daily range, what? 30 pips, come on. Aussie is approaching the levels I'm interested, so yeah, let's switch lower and let's have a look. What do we have? All right, let's have a look if we are going to react within that level. If yes, then I might try to short it, especially that's the, yeah, break through this lower shadow. That's interesting. So yeah, tight stop. Yeah, that might be something I'm looking for. Very tight stop, because if we are going to break out from this consolidation, so again we may try to double it. So in that case we may see again 70.90, and especially if we are gonna go through 70.75 daily open, bulls may become more aggressive. All right, and sky is the limit, so very tight range, low volatility, so it's easier to push it higher, to squeeze some more shorts. Anyway, first $40 minutes is getting closer, so we are approaching the break, and the charts are gonna be visible, and my voice is going back around the top of the hour. So yeah, enjoy the break. Tea, coffee, water, whatever you like, and let's meet again at the top of the hour. Cheers.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
During the break, few minutes ago, if someone didn't notice, I took short based on what we discussed. The initial stop was like 9 pips, but with the break of this high, right, I've been thinking that this breakdown from here, right, we took out the stops, so we should hold this level. Once we broke through this level, I didn't wait for the full stop to be taken out. I cut half. Looks like the original size, original distance, we didn't make it yet. Was I too scary? I don't think so. I cut with loss of 5 or 6 pips. So that's gonna be much easier to recover than, for example, 9, 15, 20 or 50, right? Anyway, dollar overall is getting weaker and weaker. The thing is that Aussie dollar is not included in the basket. So yeah, they've got their own path, but overall dollar is getting weaker and weaker, and also that's how it looks on the dollar index here on the hourly chart. 1 second. There you go. We break through this last move to the upside, so yeah, and the hourly close is below, right? So that's the first warning sign. Let's have a look if we are going to see the continuation of the weak dollar. If yes, then all these selling euro dollar scenarios or pound scenarios, I'm going to take off the table for now. Great optimism. Yeah, the world is such a great place right now. Everything is fine. There is no problem with corporate debts. No, not at all. Who cares that the Chinese state companies didn't pay it out to their bondholders? Who cares? Come on, it's good. Brexit? What is Brexit? Come on. Huge optimism on the market. For sure, someone is gonna to turn off the light at some point. No doubt about it. All right, market is trying to react around the Monday high on the pound here, as we can see. Let's have a look if we can get lower third shadow on the 15 minutes. So if we can, yeah, it's still 26 minutes. Euro dollar is testing ECB supply or pre-ECB supply. looks like it might be 1-to-1 and retest of the cash open only. Be careful if you are a seller. There was no attempt to try to take out the top of the channel, so if we are gonna to at some point try again and we are gonna to fail, that might be a short setup towards the bottom of the channel, right? So means that on a, yeah, well, that would be, for example, either we are gonna to see double top where the second one is a little bit higher, or we are gonna to see some kind of the form of something looks like head and shoulders. In that case, we are creating the left shoulder now. But yeah, I do believe that the first retest of this cash open and we see attempt to rally from here. That's my way of thinking, and that should help at least for now to hold above Monday high for dollar yen and trying to go a little bit higher towards 1160, 1180 maybe. That's what we discussed earlier today during the morning session. Starting next week, but that's something I have to get from you. If you want me to make the analysis of the top crypto like Bitcoin dollar, Ethereum BTC, so we can also spend some time doing this stuff. There's not a problem at all. But actually, I'm not trading crypto. Eventually, I'm like hodler. Actually, no. Let's get back. I'm not day trading crypto. That's yeah. That's more true in that sentence. All right. Looks like they wanna try to go higher, so maybe it was not that bad idea to cut half way instead of waiting for full stop. Euro JPY testing very interesting level. Very interesting level. Trying to react here on the pound. Let's have a look if we have something new. Construction spending, not bad. Small reminder, Friday, 8 a.m. CET time. And during the Tokyo session, we are going to get the Bank of Japan rate decision, monetary policy statement, and around Europe Open, around the London Open, Kuroda. Looks like 9:55 a.m. CET. So let's see if nothing extraordinary going to happen through this second part of our meeting. We may simply make the summary of today's meeting earlier, and then we can extend morning meeting on Friday, trying to focus on yen crosses. That might be the solution as well. Let's see what's going to happen here now. I would be very careful trying to sell dollar aggressively here. Morgan Stanley again is on a bearish side, so they were on a bearish side as far as I remember since October. The only question is if they put the money where the mouth is. There are a few more institutional investors trying to sell the dollar, and we are where we are, and it's not that bad with dollar yet, so I would be very careful trying to sell aggressively. As I mentioned before, only move and close above this ECB day. It might happen today. I'm not saying it may not happen. Of course it might happen. Then there is gonna be false break to the downside and hold this Thursday move. There is a possibility we are gonna to move to the upside. In that case we are talking about 14.50.15. That might happen, but it didn't happen yet, right? So I would be very careful. Especially that I thought that we are going to see a little bit lower levels. We have a gap between today and Monday. So theoretically, of course, we don't have to close this gap. But that would be nice, and that would be nice. Pullback, entry on pullback, right? And that's the half of this whole range, last Thursday range. Now pound, bulls, yeah, bulls need to be more active now, otherwise, because here we got 31.94, here 31.92, so a little bit lower. If we are going to get another lower upper shadow, the place is very logical, right? Because it's a Monday high, and it might create some selling opportunity again, especially if we are going to take into the consideration the distance between entry and stop and possible lower levels. That might be the case, but to be honest with you, I would prefer, that's what I've mentioned before, I would prefer to see retest of this supply, so at least a little bit higher level towards 32, psychological 32. So that would create the opportunity to hit some stops over here, and then trying to fade that move, right? That would be not bad. What would be the target in that case? This 1-to-1 we discussed it, but of course, this night round bottom, taking into the consideration late New York and Tokyo, so the top of this, that might be the challenge. One can argue it was tested. Yes, it was, but yeah, it might be challenge as well. But anyway, (13 minutes), and we are going to get the EA data. Yeah, bulls are strong here. I have to be honest. I didn't expect this breakout of 57.18. I have to be honest. Same gold, but gold right now, bulls here, they have to fight with 15.25 supply. Maybe we are gonna see a little bit higher levels based on the scenario we have over here, maybe higher high, trying to retest this broken trend line and trying to approach this latest high, looking for some stops, and then huge sell-off might be the case. But for now, bulls have to take out 15.25 on a daily basis. Come on, pound, that's not what I was expecting. Higher. Let's get back to crude. So we are approaching another possible supply. I would prefer this. Yeah, with stop hunting and rejection. Who knows? Might be the case. Nasdaq. Congrats to those who were testing this retest of the cash open. I've mentioned before that we are gonna to see attempt to go higher after the retest. So if you are testing these longs, congratulations. You don't want to see to go lower than 38. So yeah, we see some kind of the hesitation. I wouldn't mind to close it if I would be long. I'm talking from the day trading perspective, right? It might be that we are gonna to retest and try to look for some more stops and try to again to go to the upside. Or maybe I'm wrong and we are not gonna see higher high. Maybe I'm wrong and the bears will try to go straight to the bottom of that channel, right? But we can, what I like to see when we are talking about the changing the direction, either as a correction or totally 180 degrees turnaround, I like to see some kind of stops, right? And I haven't seen it here. So I think that another attempt to go higher may take place. I might be wrong. So as long as me, you, we cannot move the market, so we have to try to visualize 2, 3, 4 scenarios and trying to execute based on these scenarios. We have unlimited possibilities, and there is no way we can try to think about all of these possibilities. As I mentioned morning today, in that case, most probably you wouldn't be able to make any kind of the trade. What I've been looking for on the pound, maybe I should switch to smaller time frame. No, the same here, and we are testing the possible demand here, so we may see attempt to rally back towards this high. What I've been looking for on this 15 minutes pound, when I saw this high, when I saw this hesitation last 15 minutes with a little bit lower low, I've been looking for some kind of, if we are talking about upper shadows, I've been looking for something like this in terms of upper shadows. Third lower high, and we just opened. Of course, it's still like 5 minutes to go. So, and basically it's a pound, it's a cable, so they can easily do that way. With the negative body, right? So that would be from that perspective, taking into consideration the level, taking the consideration logical place. That would be something for me, right? In that case, I'm not that sure. CAD, USD CAD testing important level based on the daily chart. Just a reminder. We can take out this because we were crossing here and there, so we can take out this zone. Quite interesting. And it's bearish. Taking into consideration price action since Monday is, I would say it's for now it's more bearish. Those upper shadows. Every time we're trying to go above daily open, boom. Yesterday, boom. Monday, boom. Today, boom. We didn't finish yet on euro dollar in my opinion. There are gonna be some probably higher levels. So slow. Yeah, that's what I've mentioned. Maybe they will try to take out these stops, and they did it, but they still trying to respect cash open. So that's probably another chance to try to attempt and test the strategy with longs, but only on demo account or paper trading. The range, first 5 minutes range was so tight, it favors long over the shorts right now. But only demo and only paper trading, guys. I'm not trading often indices these days, especially not doing day trading. I do prefer majors, FX majors. All right, let's have a look what we are gonna to get on oil. I would say that we are gonna to see spike, gap up, run for more stops. That's what I expect. Actually, the data doesn't matter. If they have a plan to take out the stops, they are going to take them no matter what. If they have a plan to go much higher, they will go much higher no matter what. And now that's gonna be moment of truth. Still, we should see higher levels. So what we may see, stop hunting, then tweet from Mr. President Trump that the oil is too expensive and it's not acceptable, and huge sell-off, right? Yeah, looks like they're going to run for higher levels. Yeah, that's what they're trying to show me here. And that's the data. Oh, right, so that's the moment of truth here. Let's have a look what we have. So we have a breakout from here. We have another breakout here. So the most aggressive line is here. Most aggressive line is here. Where is demand? Where is the show me demand? Show me demand first, but not on 1 minute. Show me demand on higher time frame. There you go. There you go. All right, so that 57.40 might be first possible target. If there are gonna be short setup. It is, I don't have one yet. And that's how the Nasdaq looks like right now. And because we made this tiny lower low, I would be careful here. So in case you testing on the demo or paper trading, you testing these longs from this failure to the downside. So again, similar level as the first one, I would be careful here. Like, I don't know, either moving stop above the entry or leaving stop where it is, taking partial profit or whatever, right? It's individual approach. We are going to talk about this during the webinars. No worries about that, but it cannot be it has to be done individually, right? It has to be done by you, what suit you best, right? You want to take partial profit. One can argue, no, it's fine. It's a third attempt to the line. I want to take whole. Another one will say, no, I'm fine with +1. It's okay. And another one may say, okay, partial profit taking, stops move higher. Another option is partial profit taking, leaving the stop where it was, and stuff like this. So yeah, that has to be done individually. There's no other way, unfortunately. All right, so what we have the most aggressive trend line is broken. That's the level I'm watching right now. 57 73, 57 63 based on the chart I'm using here. So what I would like to see is test, attempt to go a little bit higher, retest here, and we should get an answer around this level, in my opinion. There is no, they were not able to push, even if there were some stops, there was just few, what I can see. We haven't seen like move above 58. The rejection right now is not that strong yet, right? So that's the price action after the EA, and that's what I want to see, what's going to happen when we are going to retest this zone, and we'll see. Pound is weakening here. Much more important is going to be how bulls are going to behave next hour when we are going to approach London fixing. All right, there is some action. So we are ending our second part. We are going for a break, and at the top of the hour we are going to start third part, and that's going to be summary of the day, and yeah, and then end of trading day. Okay guys, enjoy your coffee, tea, water, whatever. We are going back around top of the hour. All right, guys. 1 hour left till London fixing, and let's try to summarize what we discussed today. Let's start with Nasdaq, right? So we moved even above the top of the channel. So there was two long setups we discussed previously. Especially the second one works really good. We took into the consideration first 5 minutes range, very tight range. So I pointed out that there is a possibility of some short squeeze, and that's what's going on right now. I thought that maybe we are gonna to see some kind of the top intraday top creation, but looks like for now no way we wanna go higher. So basically depends on what you choose testing this longs on your demo or doing the paper trading within this third approach and this quite strong pullback. Depends where you are. You can make another partial profit taking, you can take off, you can move your stop. That's whatever you want. It's individual case, right? So Nasdaq here is quite okay, unless we are gonna to see some kind of the action like creation of the double top, or maybe something similar to the head and shoulders, but looks like they are going to take the full advantage of this strong move, and looks like we may want to even double the size of this channel, trying to hit this green zone, meaning that this is a possible supply based on the daily chart here on Nasdaq, right? So yeah, quite challenging times for the shorts. Now I took 5 or 6 pips loss on Aussie dollar, and I'm gonna to watch what's going to happen within the next hour and a half, right? Because dollar is trying to recover, and basically we can see it on the euro dollar, we can see it here on the pound, but of course pound is leaving pound on live. We're trying to hold Monday high on dollar yen as well, above this Monday high. So we are trying to create or react within the demand zone based on the intraday chart here on the USD CAD. So overall, dollar is trying to recover. I just small reminder, within the next 2 hours we are gonna to get 30-year bond auction. We are gonna to get the numbers after the 30-year bond auction in US. That might be helpful or not for the dollar. So just a reminder, right? So before we summarize the currencies, oil, all right, we are still within this range which been created after the EEA announcement, all right? So still I believe that we may see another attempt toward 58, and then the eventually the rejection I'm looking for, all right? Otherwise, any kind of the strong move to the downside, the possible demand around 57.35. So in case you are looking to short, you are testing demo account with the short attempt, you are doing the paper short trading, that might be the first target, 57.35. I would like to see some kind of the action to the upside with rejection, right? Now let's get back to euro dollar. We have this kind of the reaction within this possible supply, yellow color possible supply, based on the last Thursday ECB interest rate decision, right? I wouldn't say that this rejection is so strong and whatever. I truly believe that even because there, I would say the 13.15, 13.25, 30, that's the line on the sand for both bulls and bears, right? So I would say this rejection right now within the supply, that's nothing extraordinary, nothing unusual. It's not like huge sell-off. I think that's what I've mentioned during the second part of our today meeting, that I truly believe that we are going to see some more stop hunting to the upside, right? And now the question is if that's going to be stop hunting only, or we are simply going to move and close above. And what we are talking about, we discussed it before based on the daily chart, right? We as a bulls have to close above this Thursday, last Thursday. There you go. Here, right? And we are right now within this zone. Bears, as a bears, we want to see at least close below Thursday entry and yesterday high, right? That might create the opportunity for bears to create the swing to the downside within this last Thursday range, right? So yeah, this green zone here we are testing right now is aligning the sun for both bulls and bears, in my opinion. And I would say that we didn't say last word here from the bulls perspective. Some more upside still possible here, in my opinion. Pound, that's the Brexit saga going on still. The same, what we discussed on the hourly, still some distance towards this hidden supply, in my opinion. We are right now testing Monday high, dotted line. And yeah, I would like to see this time on hourly. That's what I haven't seen here on the 15 minutes, right? Taking into the consideration this lower shadows. That's what we didn't get. So maybe this time we are. I'm gonna to look for this on the hourly, right? 2 hours ago, 93, 94. 2 hours ago, 92, 93. So lower, right? So maybe this time the same. Then that might be another approach to the pound if we are not gonna hit this supply visible to the left side, right? If we are talking about the demand, the first one is the range which been created during the London session in between 56, 20, 32, 33, and then the late New York, early Asia low. But in my opinion, once we are going to start to move lower, we may try to target this yesterday low, some stops, 1-to-1 move to the downside, and we will try to retest a weekly open. All right, blue dotted line. Dollar yen, just watch, don't touch. Aussie dollar, as I mentioned, I took loss of 5 or 6 pips here. No strong rejection, and that suggests that because of what is going on Nasdaq, we have some positive sentiment. So yeah, Aussie, Canadian dollar, we may see flow in too, right? In terms of USD, if we are talking about the USD CAD, we are testing possible demand both from the daily and, as we can see, from intraday chart, right? We are trying to bounce, but the long black candle here 2 hours ago, that's adding into the bearish view, right? That's what we discussed based on the daily. Upper shadow Monday, upper shadow Tuesday, and yeah, Wednesday. We do have upper shadow for now as well. Wait for the daily close and see what it's gonna to bring us. Euro yen is testing very, very interesting level, and as we discussed, as we discussed earlier, we do have Bank of Japan Friday Tokyo, during the Friday Tokyo session, and we do have pre-London Open live meeting Friday. So we are gonna to watch the yen crosses. Very, very interesting level, same as euro dollar. We are retesting the ECB levels, and yeah, we have to remember about the Japanese yen fiscal year end 31st of March 2019. Yen may want to get back home, so bulls may struggle for the next few days. We'll see what's going to happen. Okay, most probably bears on both euro yen or dollar yen would be much more aggressive if we would have negative sentiment, but yeah, sky is the limit for Nasdaq, so it's hard to find the excuse to sell dollar yen or euro yen, right? All right, let's watch for the next few minutes, and we have the summary of the day, and yeah, I'm very curious what's going to happen around within the next 45 minutes. I'm going go through some news. If there is anything interesting, I will put into the chat window. As I mentioned, there is plenty of news Brexit related. All right. So we are approaching this supply right now. Just to be on a safe side, what we are talking about right now, we are testing this level. We have some levels based on the daily as well, we were discussing yesterday. So yeah, so what happened is we took out this spike high. Some stops for sure were above this level, so they've been taken out. So that's what we need. We don't need it anymore. So now what's the thing is? What is the important thing here for bulls? Trying to hold above this spike high and Monday high, and bears need to try to, as soon as possible, to push it lower. All right. there are some rumors that some ministers are trying to take out of the table possibility of second referendum, and that not necessarily is a pound positive. All right, stops were taken out. What next? I'm not sure I'm gonna trade pound before the fix. If anything, I will decide to go into pound after 5 p.m. So within the next 45 minutes. Especially the things related to the fix, and now Brexit saga, pound could go crazy either way around the fixing time. Okay, so basically, we've got everything. We covered majors, we covered Nasdaq, we covered oil. All right, guys, again, next meeting Friday morning, 8 a.m. CET, pre-London Open, and we are gonna focus on yen crosses as well because of the Bank of Japan. So be careful, watch around, don't be trapped today, especially be careful with the pound, with the beast, and yeah, have a great day, have a great evening today, be careful Thursday, and let's meet all together Friday morning. Take care, see you again Friday. Goodbye, goodbye.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.